Ati deputy president anaenda wapi? Hakuna mahali deputy president anaenda. Wacha kuota mchana. Jubilee Vice Chair David Murathe has recently told us, and he has said this we can take to the bank, his very words, that the eviction of the deputy president from his official current residence is loading. These words of Murathe come at a time when the Jubilee Party Deputy Secretary General Caleb Kositani has been removed. So, could this be a pattern that is developing? Not only that, the Deputy President was evicted from his coast, Mombasa, official residence. Many Kenyans have forgotten that. So, what does all this mean? What could possibly happen next? That is the focus of my show today. By the way, just a quick reminder, time is running out for you to take advantage of my offer of the century. I believe there are only 40-something hours left where you can quickly become a member of my weekly intelligence briefings and my TBT club, which gives tips on how you can succeed with online video, including YouTube. Details in the description area below this video on YouTube. Rush before you're locked out. Back to the official current residence of the Deputy President. There are whispers that a Jaramogi Oginga Odinga ploy is going to be used rather than Parliament to remove the Deputy President. I also discuss that in this most fascinating show. Karibu sana and enjoy. The truth is, Team Keleweke have been huffing and puffing for a very long time over this plan to impeach Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. Now, in a recent talk show, Vice Chair of the Jubilee Party, David Murathe, emphasized that an eviction plan, a plan to evict the Deputy President from his official current residence, is loading. In fact, I was a bit tickled that Murathe, who is old school, is not a young man, used the word loading. What? How was it? Ama sisi wazee. We seem to be catching up fast, with the language of the young. Anyway, this is something we've been hearing a long time. The plan to impeach the Deputy President. But nothing has happened so far. So far, it has just been hot air. No reality has unfolded. But I have reason to believe that this time round, mambo yamebadilika. In politics, timing is everything. And if we look at recent developments, there's reason to believe that this time round, things will happen. You see, the Jubilee Deputy Secretary General, a firm Team Tangatanga supporter, Bwana Caleb Kositani, who is also the legislator for Soy, has been removed from his position. He is no longer the Deputy Secretary General of Jubilee. Now, that move took a long time. You see, this is one thing many people have not noticed about Team Keleweke's strategies. Yeah, they are slow but methodical, and they take timing very seriously. We know that the mood of the country has changed very dramatically after the results of the BBI vote in the counties has come in, which some people are calling a political massacre of Team Tangatanga. Now, in my latest weekly intelligence briefings, I talk about a part 1 and part 2, or part A and part B, of this Uhuru versus Ruto political duel. You really need to take it in to fully understand what is unfolding right before our eyes. And what I mean by part A and part B, or part 1 and part 2, of this duel, Uhuru versus Ruto. Details in the description area below on this video on YouTube. But the long and short of it is that I now firmly believe, that we have entered the second part of this high wire drama game. Because it's a game, a very serious game with serious consequences. But a game, when you take in that WIB I was talking about, number 48, the latest, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of evidence to suggest that it is in this half of the game, if I can put it like that, that the confrontation with the deputy president will happen. What Murathe was saying is going to be the eviction of the deputy president from his official current residence. Some analysts don't believe that Team Keleweke have the numbers in parliament to make this happen, to make an impeachment of the deputy president a reality. But these are the same analysts who told us that the BBI would run into serious problems in the counties. So we will need to wait and see. In my view, there are many ways of skinning a cat. And therefore, if the President of the Republic of Kenya wants the deputy president out, it'll happen. That is the political reality. I don't know why I seem to have a feeling that they're going to take another route other than parliament. That's just a feeling, a hunch. I could be wrong, because I have absolutely zero evidence to support this hunch. It's just a hunch. But all signs are there that this confrontation is about to take place. It is about to go down. Because I've also been listening to the deputy president in recent times and looking at his body language. It reminds me of another time in the career of the deputy president, when he was preparing for political war. And so I am persuaded that something big is about to happen. And maybe this is the time to discuss a very fascinating theory of how this is going to be done. In 1966, incidentally the same year the deputy president was born, Jomo Kenyatta was getting rid of his vice president at the time, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And the way they forced his resignation is that using people like the party's Secretary General then, Tom Mboya, very crafty man, very crafty politician. Indeed, his nickname was Sungura Mjanja. The KANU constitution was changed so that there was a vice president for every province. There was a vice president for Nairobi, Rift Valley, Nyanza, Western, etc., etc. This change in the Kanu constitution reduced Jaramogi Oginga Odinga to a powerless, toothless, idle with nothing to do vice president, and he promptly resigned after this. Fast forward to the present, and this compelling theory of how the deputy president is going to be removed. If this theory is accurate, and I'm not saying it is, then a very similar ploy will be used. Yeah, we can call it the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga move is going to be used on the deputy president. And this time round, by executive order, the president is going to find a legal way to appoint a vice president. Yeah. You know, the reality is that there are very many ways of playing around or bending the law to do something. And sometimes you can manage to do it legally. Other times, you can manage to do it illegally, where there's so many question marks. And we know from our politics that politicians do these kinds of things all the time, where a gray area or loophole is used to do some acrobatics. I can't find any other English word. Because let us look at this thing from both sides of the coin. There are those of us who support the deputy president and are sympathetic with this situation. But then on the other side of the coin, imagine you are a president whose deputy president went rogue. What do? Anyway, so far, there are no signs of the deputy president backing. There are absolutely no indications that he'll be moving out of his current residence anytime soon. But that doesn't mean that things cannot happen suddenly. In the year 2019, many people have forgotten, the deputy president was evicted from his official coast residence. He even arrived at the coast, and was headed to his official residence as usual, only to be told that his personal effects had already been removed, and he had to go to a hotel. Many people have forgotten that very strange thing that happened sometime in the year 2019. Folks, anything can happen. Anything. In a subsequent video, I hope to analyze the possible impact of William Samoei Ruto no longer being the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. But for now, let us closely observe developments. You know, I heard somebody saying, an analyst, that David Murathe is the kind of person who talks about extremes, hoping that one of those extremes will come to pass. What? I am shocked that somebody would confuse David Murathe for a political activist. By the way, David Murathe is not only the Jubilee vice chair, but is a close advisor of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Not only that, President Uhuru Kenyatta went to look for David Murathe, and not the other way around. Because Murathe was in political limbo after he lost his political seat at Gatanga years ago. And then suddenly, for those of us who knew him from before, he was back and he was with the president. Bwana Murathe was very active in politics, even before the president entered politics. And so, that view by a well-known TV political analyst is strange. And in any case, many of the things that Murathe has said have come to pass. Not all of them, but most of them. So this is not somebody you can ignore. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Please remember to give me a like. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.